Hello, you're watching Hornbill TV's Morning Pulse Bulletin. I'm Naomi Kigon and here are the news for this hour. United States President Donald Trump on Friday suggested that India may stop purchasing Russian oil. Trump called it a good step, though he added a note of caution, saying that he wasn't sure of the accuracy of the report. Trump said he understood that India was no longer going to be buying oil from Russia, adding that was what he had heard, though he wasn't sure if it was accurate. Trump called it a good step and said they would have to wait and see what happens, indicating uncertainty about how the situation would unfold. He made the remarks while responding to a question about whether he had any specific plans or penalties in mind regarding India's oil imports and if he intended to engage with Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the matter. However, India has firmly defended its energy policy, asserting its sovereign right to make decisions based on national interest. The Ministry of External Affairs clarified the same day that India's oil purchases are determined by market dynamics and national priorities. The MEA also stated that the government is not aware of any specific move by Indian oil companies to halt Russian imports.
Well, I understand India no longer is going to be buying oil from Russia. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's a good step. We'll see what happens, okay?
The recent arrest of 2 Keralite nuns and a tribal man in Chhattisgarh has sparked national outrage and protests from the Christian community. The trio has been charged with human trafficking and religious conversion, allegations that have stirred controversy both within and beyond political lines. What's drawing further attention is the stark contrast in the BJP's own stance. While the BJP-led government in Chhattisgarh under Chief Minister Vishnu Desai has strongly defended the arrests, citing illegal conversions and trafficking in tribal belts, the BJP's Kerala unit has taken a noticeable softer tone, cautious of its Christian voter base ahead of state elections. Senior BJP leaders in Chhattisgarh have also hinted at drafting stronger laws to address what they call systemic conversion efforts in tribal regions. Meanwhile, opposition voices including CBI MP MP Santosh Kumar and CBI MP Dr. John Pridas have condemned the arrests, terming them false and politically motivated. They met with the Union Home Minister and expressed confidence that justice will prevail.
See, this has become an international issue in a way to tarnish the image of our country. These 2 nuns were falsely implicated in a case that you a shocking position of under 143 of BNS, human trafficking. And what is this human trafficking? From one BJP ruled state of India, Chhattisgarh, Durg railway station, to another BJP ruled state, Agra. So from frying pan to fire. See, this is a strange case, shocking case, and we try to raise this issue in the parliament also. Now we are here to meet. In fact, left delegation, left MPs already met them. All parties are there. And today our delegation is going to meet. Otherwise, we will meet them tomorrow. And we are hopeful of getting justice to these nuns. And this question of conversion does not arise. No conversion, no human trafficking. But falsely implicating, see, minorities are parts of our population. Minority rights are guaranteed in Constitution. It's not anyone's generosity. And all sections of society should get justice. This is our demand, and we will continue our fight. Last year, you know, at 2024 itself, there were 824 cases against Christians alone. This is the tragedy of the country. So what to do? We have to fight. And after BJP rule, things are worsening.
So do you feel this entire episode took place due to confusion?
Entire episode is a calculated drama by the BJP and Bajrang Dal. Especially Bajrang Dal has become a lumpen element. They have become an internal terrorist like that. Who gave them right to take law in their hands? This is the problem. This is the question. See, even police and other agencies are being influenced by these lumpen elements. So this cannot be tolerated. And this is not for Christians, not for Muslims. This is for the entire society. Our society, actually, there are a section in which there are non-believers also. This society is for all. वो भगवान का भी इच्छा ऐसा है ना, आम जैसा नहीं है एप्पल जैसा नहीं है जैक फ्रूट. दुनिया में भी ये अलग अलग है, मतलब इसका रंग अलग अलग है, फ्रूट्स अलग अलग है, इंसान अलग अलग है. डाइवर्सिटी इज द एसेंस ऑफ लाइफ. So Dayara Association Bajrangal is trying to eliminate these things. This is eradicate these things. This is not going to happen. Cannot be allowed.
Yeah. We are 3 MBs. I'm John Brittas, then Jose K. Mani, then Santosh Kumar. And we are visiting Durg also to pay a visit to the nuns who are in the jails. And our mission is to facilitate the bail process that is on now. And yesterday we had called on the Home Minister. Home Minister se mila tha. Humko assurance mila. He will do everything possible to make sure that the nuns are free. So we have come all the way from Delhi, and we feel that the situation would be conducive enough to make sure that the nuns are free. And the Chhattisgarh government had promised the Home Minister, or rather the Home Minister had talked to the Chhattisgarh government that they shouldn't object the bail. Last magistrate and sessions courts, they had objected. That was the reason why the bail were not given. So this time we feel that the process would be smooth. And we also came to express our solidarity with the nuns, their families, their relatives, and the Catholic community here who have been terrorized by the activities of Bajrang Dal. And we also feel that this is a time when everybody needs to be together, united, to uphold the fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution, and also to make sure that we have a secular Constitution.
Sir, what would be the next course of action if bail would be denied?
See, there are two processes which are on. First is to make sure that the bail is granted. Since the Home Minister has assured all of us, we were all there yesterday in his chamber in Parliament, and we feel that there is no reason why we should doubt the Home Minister of this country. And once the bail is granted, we will also make sure that the FIR is quashed. That also is one of our most important tasks. And if the bail is not granted by NIA court or the Sessions Court, we will approach the High Court. And there are so many courts in this country. And there are custodians of Constitution like the Supreme Court. So we feel that the court should take the right decision of granting bail to the nuns who are innocent, who have been implicated on false cases.
Ahmedabad has officially been declared the safest city in India as per a global report released by European data agency Numbeo. Confirming the announcement, Police Commissioner G.S. Malik said the ranking is based on detailed data from various sources. Malik attributes the recognition to robust collaboration between citizens and the police, particularly the installation of CCTV cameras in residential zones and swift response from police teams. He added that improvements in police accessibility and emergency response have played a vital role. The city's police control room has become significantly more efficient, aiding in timely intervention and reducing crime. Meanwhile, Ahmedabad Traffic Constable J. Kadvi pointed out a sharp decline in overspeeding cases. He mentioned that violators face a penalty of ₹2,000 and increased compliance has been observed on city roads.
भारत में अहमदाबाद को सबसे सेफेस्ट सिटी डिक्लेयर किया है. ये एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, यूरोपियन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है नम्बियो, जो मोर देन 15 इयर्स से ये काम कर रही है. ये जो क्राउड सोर्सेज, मतलब बहुत सारे सोर्सेज से ये डाटा लेती है, क्राइम का डाटा, लोगों का फीडबैक, सोशल मीडिया से इंटरव्यू, जो भी सोशल मीडिया जो भी आते हैं इंटरव्यूज वगैरह, फीडबैक लेते हैं, उसके बेस पे ये पूरे रेटिंग करते हैं. इन्होंने वर्ल्ड में जैसे आबू धाबी को टॉप पे रखा है, वो बेस्ट सेफेस्ट सिटी है. दुबई भी टॉप 5 में है. और भारत में अपने जो अहमदाबाद है वो सेफेस्ट सिटी इन्होंने अभी डिक्लेयर किया है. और मुझे यहाँ करीब 2 साल हो चुके हैं। मैं कह सकता हूं कि काफ़ी हमने जो मेजर्स लिए उसमें खासकर से जो पिछले करीब 1-1.5 साल से हमने लोगों को मोटिवेट किया कि आप प्राइवेट सीसीटीवी कैमराज जहां जहां हो सके वहां लगाएं। उसका मुझे लगता है कि इसका काफ़ी इसमें कंट्रीब्यूशन हुआ है। उससे हमारा क्राइम कंट्रोल हुआ है, क्राइम का डिटेक्शन इम्प्रूव हुआ है। और फिर जो फीडबैक ली है हमने लोगों से, जो एक्सेसिबिलिटी भी पुलिस की काफ़ी इम्प्रूव हुई है। इंस्पेक्टर से लेके पुलिस कमिश्नर तक सभी लोग एक्सेसिबल हैं। कोई भी आके कभी भी सीनियर ऑफिसर हो, जूनियर ऑफिसर हो, मिल सकता है। तो ये सारे मेजर्स लिए। नाइट राउंड में हमने काफ़ी इफेक्टिवनेस की। हमारा पीसीआर का रेस्पॉन्स में बहुत इम्प्रूव हुआ है। तो ये सारे मेजर्स से कह सकते हैं कि उनकी जो असेसमेंट है वो परफेक्ट ही गिनी जाएगी। तो हमारा जो अहमदाबाद सिटी है इंडिया में सबसे सेफेस्ट सिटी गिना गया है।
बात करें अहमदाबाद की तो सीसीटीवी कैमरा की आपने बात की, कितना कैमरा से यहाँ पर जो
इसमें गवर्नमेंट के या जैसे म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन का निर्भया प्रोजेक्ट के और गवर्नमेंट के जो फंडेड इसमें जो सीसीटीवी हैं वो लगभग 4000 हैं जो हमारे कंट्रोल रूम में आते हैं, जिसमें ट्रैफिक के हम चालान वगैरह भी करते हैं, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर के भी हैं। इसके अलावा जो लोग पब्लिक से जो हमने लगवाए हैं वो अभी तक 22,774 कैमरे हम लगवा चुके हैं। तो 22,000 बहुत ज्यादा संख्या है। और उनमें से पब्लिक सपोर्ट से ही लगभग 3,000 जो कैमरों की फीड है, जो कि पब्लिक प्लेसेस पे और कुछ हमारे लिए जो यूजफुल कैमरेज हैं उनकी फीड भी हमारे कंट्रोल रूम में आ रही है। और पुलिस स्टेशन में भी हमने वो फीड का अरेंजमेंट किया है। ये भी पब्लिक सपोर्ट से ही किया है। तो उससे क्या इंस्पेक्टर लेवल पे भी फास्ट डिटेक्शन हो रहे हैं, कल्प्रिट्स जल्दी पकड़े जा रहे हैं। तो हमारी शी टीम, जो कि महिलाओं के लिए खास शी टीम का हमने गठन किया हुआ है, उनके भी बहुत एक्टिव है। वो पार्कों में जाके नाइट में भी पेट्रोलिंग, उनको देखना। तो लेडीज के लिए भी वो काफी काम कर रहे हैं। तो कह सकते हैं कि ये असेसमेंट मेरे हिसाब से काफी सही असेसमेंट होगा। तो मैं इसके लिए सभी अहमदाबाद में रहने वाले सभी को बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद भी देता हूं कि उनके सपोर्ट से ही अपना अहमदाबाद सेफेस्ट सिटी हुआ है।
क्राइम रेट की बात कीजिए, कितनी कटौती आई है क्राइम रेट में?
नहीं, क्राइम रेट में सब्सटेंशियल कटौती आई है। जो भी हेड्स हैं, जो भी आप देखें, खासकर से जो प्रॉपर्टी ऑफेंसेज है, चोरी, डकैती, रॉबरी, चेन स्नैचिंग, इनमें काफी मैसिव डिडक्शन हुआ है। उसके अलावा रोड एक्सीडेंट्स में बहुत कमी आई है। हमने एनफोर्समेंट भी बहुत स्ट्रांगली किया है। वो तो मोर देन 20% डेथ्स मतलब कम हुई हैं जब से आपने ज्वाइन किया 2 साल में। मोर देन 20% से ज्यादा डेथ्स कम हुई हैं। तो सभी फील्ड्स में काफी काम हुआ है। क्राइम का अगर सभी टोटल हमारा जो मेन क्राइम 1 to 5 हमारा मेन क्राइम बोलते हैं, फर्स्ट पार्ट का बोलते हैं, उसमें मोर देन 2 साल में लगभग 20% की कमी की 15 से 20% की कमी आई है। डिटेक्शन रेट में भी इम्प्रूवमेंट है। आई थिंक मोर देन 7 to 10% वेरियस हेड्स में जो प्रॉपर्टी ऑफेंसेज में उसमें डिटेक्शन बढ़ा है।
मेरा नाम JM गढ़वी है, ट्रैफिक हेड कांस्टेबल हूँ मैं अहमदाबाद सिटी में। पहले क्या था, जो सब 2 साल 3 साल पहले 100 की स्पीड में सब आते थे, उसमें दूसरे की जान भी चली जाती थी, उसकी भी जाती थी, दूसरे की भी जान चली जाती थी। तो उसमें 100 पहले चालान बनते थे। अभी उसमें कटौती आके अभी तो सिर्फ 20 या 30 ही चालान बनते हैं। उसमें फायदा ये होता है कि कोई जो स्पीड में आता है तो उसको 2000 का चालान, उसमें क्या उसका आर्थिक नुकसान भी होता है, 2000 का चालान भी बढ़ता है। जो स्पीड में आता है तो वो दूसरे की जान की जोखिम में वो डालता है, खुद भी जान की जोखिम होती है, दूसरों को भी होती है। तो 2000 वो चालान एक बार भरता है तो दूसरी बार नहीं भरता।
India has officially launched the first phase of 4 key projects across 9 partner countries under the India-UN Global Capacity Building Initiative aimed at advancing progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals. According to the Ministry of External Affairs, these projects will focus on food security, health, vocational training and census preparedness, all critical components in achieving the 2030 SDG agenda. Speaking at the launch event, MEA spokesperson Ranthir Jaiswal said the initiative strengthens South-South cooperation and is part of India's continued commitment to support global development partnerships. The event was inaugurated by Secretary West Tanmaya Lal and attended by heads of missions, UN Resident Coordinator Shombi Sharp and representatives from ITEC institutes, UN agencies and other partner organizations.
Absolutely. So first of all, this was launched, the intent was launched on the margins of the General Assembly previously in the presence of the External Affairs Minister, Dr. Jaishankar, together UN and with our, let's say, initial investors in this program, Gates Foundation. But really what this is about is amplifying, India has for a long time been a champion, a leading voice of the Global South and a champion for South-South cooperation, which especially has always been important. But when we see what's happening in the world today, declining international development financing, we see more and more countries sort of moving apart instead of this idea of collective solutions for common challenges in this 80th year of the United Nations. We see this important role of South-South cooperation being more important than ever. And India's leadership, India's incredible investment in this space is key. We've seen India's leadership in the G20. We see India leading in multilateral space with the International Solar Alliance, with the Coalition on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure and Mission Life, and so many examples like that. So this is really a complement to that, which is using the UN system presence here to help identify and codify Indian best practice and to work with Indian institutions and to help take this Indian best practice and know-how to other countries, to the international stage for their benefit so that we can accelerate achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals.
In a fresh twist to the Raja Raakuanchi murder case, Guwahati Crime Branch has reportedly conducted a confidential interrogation of his brother and sister. The questioning, which lasted several hours, is part of an intensified probe into his alleged murder. Sources say investigators formally recorded their statements as they attempted to reconstruct the events leading to the killing. However, the family has denied his claims, asserting they visited for reasons unrelated to the case. Raakuanchi was allegedly murdered by his wife during their honeymoon in Meghalaya. The victim's family had earlier alleged the murder may have been a human sacrifice linked to rituals of goddess Kamakhya. The crime branch is now delving deeper to establish the motive and clarify the circumstances surrounding the death.
ये आप लोग को क्राइम ब्रांच ने बुलाया था क्या? नहीं मैडम। आपको बुलाया था ना क्राइम ब्रांच से? नो। हाँ? क्या क्राइम ब्रांच से बुलाया था ना? ये जो कामाख्या मंदिर के ऊपर स्टेटमेंट दिया था, इसीलिए। क्या बोलेंगे आप लोग? क्यों इधर आए हैं?
दूसरा काम से आया था हमारा।
हाँ?
दूसरा काम से आया था हम तो।
क्या दूसरा काम?
और दूसरा काम तो सिस्टम आया था।
An earthquake of magnitude 6.2 was reported east of the Kuril Island late Friday, according to the National Center for Seismology, which issued the update on Saturday. The NCS stated that the tremor occurred at 11:50 p.m. IST on Friday at a depth of 32 kilometers with coordinates at latitude 50.19 degree north and longitude 159.14 degree east. Meanwhile, it was reported that a massive 8.8 magnitude earthquake had struck on Wednesday, making it one of the strongest ever recorded, tied for the 6th most powerful. According to the Kremlin, there were no casualties in Russia. Data from the U.S. Geological Survey cited by CNN indicated that more than 125 aftershocks of magnitude 4.4 or higher had occurred in the region within over 16 hours of the main quake. Among these, 3 aftershocks measured 6.0 or above, with the most powerful reaching a magnitude of 6.9 roughly 45 minutes after the initial quake. Reports also mentioned that a 6.4 magnitude aftershock struck approximately 200 miles southwest of the main earthquake's epicenter just before 11 a.m. local time on Wednesday. It was explained that aftershocks tend to be strongest and most frequent in the hours and days following a major earthquake, and their intensity usually diminishes over time. Experts also pointed out that shallow earthquakes are generally more hazardous than deeper ones due to the stronger ground shaking they produce, as seismic waves have a shorter distance to travel to the surface, increasing the potential for structural damage and casualties. In related developments, it was mentioned that the tsunami advisory for Hawaii had been lifted following the massive earthquake off Russia's far eastern coast. Tsunami warnings for the U.S. coastline and Japan had also been downgraded to advisories, as per reports from CNN. The Ministry of External Affairs on Friday defended India's long-standing relationship with Russia, calling it steady and time-tested amid growing criticism from the U.S. MEA spokesperson Ranjit Jaiswal, during the weekly media briefing, emphasized that India's relations with any country are based on their own merit and shouldn't be viewed through the lens of third countries. Jaiswal's comments came after a series of statements from the U.S., including from President Donald Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, criticizing India for continuing to import discounted Russian oil despite Western sanctions over the Ukraine war. Jaiswal clarified that India's energy purchases are guided by market dynamics and national interests, adding that the government is unaware of any specific developments regarding Indian oil companies posing Russian imports.
Ties with any country, or all the ties that we have with various countries, they stand on their own merit, and they should not be seen from the prism of a third country. As far as India-Russia relations are concerned, we have a steady and time-tested. आपका सवाल देखिए, जहाँ तक ऊर्जा ज़रूरतों की सोर्सिंग की बात होती है, उस पे हमारा जो ब्रॉड अप्रोच, मतलब जो हमारा अप्रोच और रवैया है, उससे आप भली भांति अवगत हैं कि जो बाज़ार में, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाज़ार में जो तेल मिलता है, किस भाव पे मिलता है, और उस समय या इस समय जो भी वैश्विक माहौल है, इसको लेके हम इस पे निर्णय करते हैं. जहाँ तक स्पेसिफिक आपका
The MLA of Jirang constituency, Sostini Sodhan, on Friday expressed deep concern after receiving information and complaints from several members of the public regarding suspected operation of a nightclub and illegal gambling activities at Queen Hotel located in Jorabat. Speaking to the media, Sodhan stated that many residents have approached and informed him, alleging that every Friday, Saturday and Sunday, a nightclub as well as illegal gambling activities are being run at the hotel. He further mentioned that on those days, expensive and high-end vehicles are often seen parked at the hotel premises. In light of the suspicions that the nightclub and gambling are being conducted illegally, the MLA said he has already spoken to the Deputy Commissioner of Ripoi District requesting an inspection into the allegations of illegal activities taking place at Queen Hotel in Jorabat.
Hari ko po naglalay juga kumu MLA juga Jirang konsensi. Halo hadian mau yo ya ka jingtip ka kubor na ki babun balang ki ba kilawan ban pesngo sanga hagu bide bat ka jingpenya ya ki club lane ki khalai te naglalay juga layo ni kren ba di Deputy Commissioner nomor ba kadon ka jing atatin nakliang ki babun ki balang hakibidei pat ka jing penya ikan night club hati ha po Queen Hotel Jorabat bat ki pajba he ki panong song snong ki babun ki laya pensngo sanga ban pau hakibidei pat ka jing dam jong ki kali ki baremdor man ka si thoding si sajan si blay bat kalapin atatian iki te nakliang jonga ngalayo ne kren ngala kerpas di Deputy Commissioner ba Deputy Commissioner ki depan pak ya ka surprise inspection beringkat bat i magistrate nakalian ke police department ban pak ya ke baki le hangthe nomor ba kat kum ke jingkren nakalian ki pajba ki don ya ke jing atratin ha ke bede bat ka jing penyaj ha ke bede bat ka kanu ka klub la kalong ka da kanu ka lenti ka bakile ngimpat tip hadum ta ke bakile dan ngelabu ki jingkat pak si Deputy Commissioner ba ide bencim kia lo kene nang ba kanum don kanu ka jing wit lane kanum don kanu ka kam lebi an hakadi ka than kam tam haka constituency ke jung.
That's all for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.
Thank you so much for watching us and see you in cinemas.
And cut. Break for lunch.
दादा lunch लगा दीजिए.